Hey, Carrie. I'm actually going to try to record not like a month from now, and maybe be a little more consistent. Who knows? Law school.
Writing is like magic.
You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up.
Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times, but seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Who should I show my poem to next? So I think maybe we should go in the same order. Show it to Monika, club leader. Her opinions would be important.
Hi again, Gilbert. How's the writing going?
Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going badly. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that.
You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today?
Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monika.
All right. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like.
Is that so?
You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had these sorts of things in common.
Ooh, so we ended up more Sayori than Yuri that time. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different.
Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem.
You sure you're not reading into it too much?
I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too?
Yeah, that's totally unexpected.
Well, to each their own, and you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too.
Alright, let's take a look.
Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise.
Red, green, and blue, that's the colors that I forget, the colors of light used in technology, TVs and stuff, and computer screens, I assume, which would be bright, beautiful colors, flashing computer screen. That makes sense.
The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, speaking, screeching, piercing.
That's whenever I do Sayori's voice.
Sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless.
Load me. Save me. Load me. Huh. Okay, so maybe, like, whenever I save it, she's having a terrible experience with the game messing up? And then she wants me to load back in and continue playing? Maybe, like, whenever the game stops existing, she just, like, gets trapped or something. Gosh. I know I've had this game spoiled for me, and I know I've spoiled it for you by now, but that's... Ay. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh?
I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess.
I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic.
That's something that Dr. Alvarez did and encouraged me to do with my poems as well.
The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise.
I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though.
Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Like this turn in the conversation. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? Maybe there's like a split in her personality and one part is aware that she's in a video game and one part isn't. I don't know. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Oh gosh. Alright, I think we'll go with Yuri next because I typically really like her long, really delving into poems. Let's see what you've written for today. This is pretty good, Gilbert. Were you influenced by seeing everyone's writing styles yesterday?
I guess you could say that.
I was also a bit surprised by how differently everyone writes, so I respect you for trying new things. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings, and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise.
I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing.
I have, an example of that, if you'd like to read it.
Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem.
The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge.
So, serial killer, because she wants to take the knife and stab the raccoon, and feed it to make sure that it comes back so she can kill it, I'm assuming.
The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more life off of my cutting knife. Light, I said life. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon is taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again.
So, maybe she's like stringing the raccoon along. She's gotten it used to eating the bread, and now she's just feeding herself to watch the raccoon suffer or something. I'm guessing. I feel like I'm maybe taking this too much in stride, because like if Monika's seeing through a video game, maybe Yuri's trying to become a murderer or something, but this isn't too off from the kinds of poems I write, and I definitely am not a murderer. So, I don't know, but maybe it's more indicative.
I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's.
I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. I can.
That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them.
I did really like that. We're coming up on 10 minutes though, so I'm gonna save, and then we'll continue discussing Yuri's poem with her next time.
Bye, Yuri.